I'm Tarot Oracle, and these are the best decks of 2020. To start off, let's go for the value big box category. Basically, $20 range. You get a lot of good stuff. The first one is the Gilded Tarot Royale from Ciro Marchetti. You get quite a hefty book with it, and the best part of the cards are absolutely gorgeous. You get some very, very attractive cards, lots of detail. Overall, it is a good value at 20 bucks if you're into Ciro Marchetti. This is his first mass market release without borders. So if you're looking for borderless and you love his art, this is going to be a no-brainer for $20. And another fantastic value at $20 is the Wizards Tarot. Barbara Moore and Mike Johnson's comes with another one of these large books, this time in full color. Full color runs you about 20 bucks. Hard bound box, great looking cards as well. Again, with this photorealistic style, not exactly the same as the Ciro Marchetti, but still extremely attractive, very good sort of photo compilations, photorealistic. For 20 bucks, this is a no-brainer for the 2020 borderless cards. Keeping the good value theme going, let's go small box now. Hush Tarot is a very attractive deck from Jeremy Hush. And if you're looking for a little bit more of an artistic style rather than photorealistic, this is going to be where you lean. It does not have the traditional Rider-Waite images. There is a bit of sort of a artistic variation here between the cards and whatnot. But if you like birds, if you like that painted look, this is a fantastic deal at $17 that you can pick this up off of mass market with Amazon and your other favorite dealer and whatnot. Jeremy Hush, Hush Tarot. And staying in the value category, at 20 bucks, we have the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Rodley Valentine. He does have a little bit of a course that you can get on his website as well. This will run you 20 bucks, comes with a hardbound box, and again, has a little bit of a 20-minute, 30-minute course, 40-minute course, something like that on his website that you can get. This is a nice compilation deck. It does sort of lean towards the a little bit of the descriptive part at the bottom, but it also does have quite a bit of size to it. I mean, it's a jumbo-sized deck and has a lot of great images, and it's pretty attractive overall. Definitely something to add to your collection at a very decent price of 20 bucks. It's also fairly, again, large size, and it's pretty thick as well. So pretty impressed with the deck for 20 bucks overall. And the best deal of the decade is the Tarot of the Divine. This is for $14, $15, you get a hardbound box with a book. The best part about this, the book is color and it references different fairy tales. They have an additional book you can buy for, I think, 15 bucks that will give you a more deep dive into the fairy tales, but the value for 15 bucks for this is just insane. It is very, very attractive, but it's also 350 GSM, insanely thick with a linen finish. And the finish, the quality, everything about this just screams buy it. It used to be 13 bucks, but due to high demand, it's now 15 bucks. If you see this for 13 bucks, this is the no-brainer of the decade and probably one of my favorite decks of the year. It's just insanely thick as well. So there is nothing that can compete with Tarot of the Divine for value for your money for 2020. And speaking of value for your money, the Modern Witch Tarot, clocking in at 15 bucks. Fantastic deck, 350 GSM, insanely thick. Beautiful, beautiful images. A lot of variation, a lot of very attractive cards within this set. Another no-brainer and probably one of the best deals of 2020 as well. In the small box value category, you know, you just get the little box. We got the Gregory Scott Tarot and the traditional manga, both clocking in at 20 bucks. Let's see what you get for that. Well, the Gregory Scott is just a very attractive deck. They worked on this quite a bit. This is one of the best set of images, one of the most well thought out tarots of 2020, in my opinion. The little subtleties with the images, the reinterpretations of the cards just scream high quality. If you're looking for a reader's deck, something that your intuition can just pick up and run with, this is going to be your deck. Clocks in at 20 bucks, not as good of a value as some of these big box things, but the interpretations, the thought that went into this is just absolutely spectacular. And at a close second place, we have the traditional manga tarot. Not as probably well thought out as the Gregory Scott. Of course, Gregory Scott is a YouTuber. He's been reading tarot for a long time, so this is somebody different a little bit. But the manga is difficult to do. I think they did it well. For 20 bucks, this is not a bad little sort of, a bad little tuck box deck. The images are great. It has a lot of personality and style to it. And again, manga is hard to pull off without just being way over the top with very primary color, too much eye retina burning looking images. This really does the manga well and is a very beautiful deck for a little tuck box deck. These are my two favorite tuck boxes for the year. In the big box expensive category, we have two clear winners, the Star Tarot and the Heaven and Earth. Let's look at the Star Tarot. Okay, it's huge. It is massive. It is intimidatingly massive. I mean, it's the size of a freaking car. The book is insane. The book is insanely thick. It is full color and it is packed. And I mean packed with information. This is going to run you about $35, $36, but wow, the book is bananas. The box is oversized and the cards are huge. Now, keep in mind, this is version 2. They put gold edges on it. It is insanely thick. It is got to be 350 GSM. It's insanely thick. Beautiful backs and gorgeous images. Now, the version 2, they really removed the borders. They put a lot of thought into this, and it has a lot of good stuff going for it. So the images are simply stunning. If you're willing to spend the extra money for a 36 bucks, you get a massive box the size of your house, the size of your car, a lot of great stuff, insane amount of information on every card in the book. You can just get lost in that massive book. You literally can. For value for 36 bucks, this takes the cake. One of my favorites of the year. This is the Star Tarot version 2. Be sure to look for version 2 by Kathy McClelland. And also running you 36 bucks is the Heaven and Earth Tarot. My most watched review of the year, my most watched review and unboxing of the year. Not a deluxe book, not going to be as thick as the Star Tarot, but the images are gorgeous. You do get a decent book with it, and the actual tarot is simply stunning. It's simply stunning. Just beautiful, beautiful images. Really well done. It has a nice fade to it. It has sort of a bit of a cloudy, fuzzy, blurry type feel with it, and the images are just stunning. They did a beautiful job with it. It has a nice lamination. The lamination is not too thick. It doesn't peel. It's just thick enough to make the shuffling easy and making the sorting through the cards easy as well. It sticks to the standard Rider-Waite definitions, Rider-Waite images, but just adds a bit of a Heaven and Earth feel to it. Look how pretty that is. Definitely a subdued feeling to all the cards. It has a lot of good emotions with it. The font is hard to read on the bottom, so you're going to have to keep that in mind. But if you're the images are standard Rider-Waite, so you don't really need to read it if you sort of understand the cards and the basic meanings and whatnot. But very, very pretty deck. Clocks in at about 35 bucks. And one of my favorite of the year for big box, a little bit more expensive tarots. An honorable mention to the Shadowland Tarot, not in my top category for the year, but Monica Badursky did such a great job. You get a big box, clocks in at about $30-ish. You get a nice color book, thick, lot of information in here. Just a fantastic deck overall. The deck is so fun and unusual. You just have to love it. Definitely on the unusual interpretation sections, but very, very pretty. A lot of work, a lot of heart, a lot of passion went into this deck. So honorable mention for a big box $30 tarot for Monica Badursky's Shadowland Tarot. Also has beautiful edging. It is thick, it is high quality, and highly recommended. In the high-end category, the not cheap, you're going to pay 60 bucks type category, Elemental Wisdom Tarot. It is the same people that did the Dark Mansion Tarot and Taroteca. I got to say, the job that they did on this made it well worth the 60 bucks, in my opinion. The Dark Mansion screamed quality. It had a bunch of beautiful images on that, but they really knocked it out of the park with this particular deck here. There is absolutely nothing that you can find wrong with this deck. The Dark Mansion has a unique place in my heart because I have used that every day for a year. I've shuffled that every day for a year, and it still looks brand new. So whatever printer they're using, whatever process they're using to laminate and protect these cards is just spectacular. And the images on this speak for themselves. So if you're looking for a high-end deck, you want to spoil yourself this Christmas or on the holidays, definitely spend the money for the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. This is the matte version, but they have several other versions. And again, the edging is black and really, really pretty. The back is really, really pretty. Knocked it out of the park on this one. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. Highly recommended. Again, here's my Dark Mansion Tarot. I have shuffled this every single day for a year. I mean, it's been here every single day for, well, maybe not a year. I'm not sure when it's been a long time. I mean, I've used this a lot. I've used this a lot every single day for a long time, and it still looks brand new. So I don't know what they're doing, but it's literally magic. For the collaboration deck section, where we get a lot of people together and we have them make a card. Incromancy. Interesting Kickstarter. Definitely not my favorite due to the wide variety that we have within here. So some of these are black and white. Some of these are extremely different than the others. One of the things you do have a problem with the collaboration is, do you tell everybody to make it in sort of the same style, the same vein, or do you let everybody just go wild? They let everybody go wild on here. So you really never know what you're going to get. You could get a black and white simplistic card. You could get an extremely detailed card. You could get sort of an anime-looking card. So if you're not a big fan of the variants in collaboration decks, you will not be a big fan of the Incromancy. I think it's not too bad. I think it's an interesting concept. I like tattoo decks, and I think this one was made from quite a bit of very high-end, very prominent artists in the tattoo industry. So, I mean, you know, if you don't mind the variants for a collab, it is a collab after all, then there you go. The other winner in the collab section is the Vox Arcana. Just got this, and this has less variation. In other words, you won't get like a black and white card mixed with a highly detailed card. You do get, obviously, some variation as per any collaboration that you do, but the way that it's laid out, the way that it's done, I think it's beautiful, and I think the artists that were used were extremely high quality and very, very good set of images for this. So if you're looking for a great collab deck, this is by far my favorite of the year And it is, again, the Vox Arcana. You got to sort of ignore just how terrible the box cover is, but trust me, it is a great deck. My favorite collab of the year, the Vox Arcana Tarot. Favorite Kickstarters of 2020. What was on Kickstarter that I liked? This is kind of cheating. I mean, we'll put in another one. This is kind of cheating because this is version 2, the Mons Tarot. By far, matches my favorite with this Grimalkin Tarot. Let's talk about the Grimalkin Tarot first. Comes in a tin. Comes in a tin. It has extra cards, and I got even a book with it. The book is really decent. I like it. It's got a lot of information on it. All of that for 40 bucks? What? Wait, what? 40 bucks? I got a Grimalkin Tarot book. I got a 10. Again, a 10. How often do you see a 10? Like never. I got a 10. And it is absolutely stunning. It is absolutely stunning. If you're looking for sort of a collage deck, this is fantastic. They did such a fantastic job. Now, this is the same person that made the Crow Tarot, the Wise Dog Tarot, but you have such a great variety and a great quality of images in this. They really, really know how to collage. They know how to collage. This is not a person that's brand new with collaging a deck, and they know how to do it. So I believe this was run through a sort of a comic filter or something like that. But yeah, very, very cool. I really enjoy this deck, and I look forward to taking it out. One of the favorites on the stream by far. The value for 40 bucks for the Grimalkin was just bananas. Second place are basically first place, but it's cheating because it's a re-release. Version 2 of the Mons Tarot. Without doubt, everyone's favorite on the stream. When I go and do a reading on stream and I pull this out, everybody loves it. Everybody adores it. It's so simplistic and yet so amazing at the same time. Again, this is a re-release. I mean, this has been around. So, version 2 of this, huge cards, thick, beautiful cards. They know how to make it. They know how to make it. Joanna did a fantastic job. Very thick cards, beautiful cards. Without a doubt, one of the best decks that I have purchased, and again, gets such great reactions on stream. Now, for an honorable mention, basically, since I'm kind of cheating by doing a re-release, is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn Tarot. This is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. I did trim it, so spoiler alert, it doesn't look like this when you get it, but Oak, Ash, and Thorn. The amount of work that went into this deck, I think, is just really attracts me to it. So much work, so much work. It looks like, I'm guessing, watercolor, gouache, or something, but every leaf is hand-drawn. Every leaf, every flower is hand-drawn. It is so attractive and so pretty. Oak, Ash, and Thorn, they did such a fantastic job on this. I just literally can't believe just how good this looks. In person, it is absolutely stunning. And it's muted colors. It is so very sort of soft and gentle, has a lot of good animals in it, and overall, I just absolutely love it. Came with a cloth and a couple of other extras, so if you're looking for my favorite Kickstarter of the year, this definitely comes in at a close second/third place. An honorable mention to the Bosch Tarot. They did. It's an acquired taste. This is definitely not going to be for everybody. It's not a proper tarot per se. You don't have the Ace of Swords. You don't have the Three of Swords. So it is a different sort of reinterpretation of the tarot. But they did a fantastic job, not only on creating this, getting the color correction, get everything done. They worked very diligently on it. But one of the main factors that made me enjoy it so much was how much crap you got with the Kickstarter. You got a pin, you got a sticker, you got stickers, you got bookmarks, you got this massive pin. This is huge. I mean, listen to this. That's huge. You got a COVID mask, and you got a you got a big cloth, an 18-inch cloth. It was all included in the base price, for the base price. So I didn't pay for any of these extras. They were included because they had 1,500 backers. But anyway, yeah, honorable mention. Just Travis McHenry did such a great job, and he said he spent like years and years making this. You can really tell. You really can tell. So honorable mention to the Bosch Terra. In the Oracle section, I only bought 2. I'm not a big, I have so many Oracles. I probably have like 50 Oracles. I'm sort of trimming down this Oracle thing. The 2 favorites that I had was the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, which is a box set, comes with a book and a deck, and the book is hardbound. How often do you see that? How often do you see a hardbound book? Like never. I appreciate a hardbound book. Very, very nice. And the cards are super pretty, super attractive. They have that Lucy Cavendish feel to them. Amy Brown, I think, really did a fantastic job on this. If you're looking for a very pretty oracle, something to really add some life, love, and happiness into sort of your readings, this is going to be where you want to go. Fairy Wisdom Oracle is mass market, and it is on Amazon, and definitely one of my, this is one of my favorite oracles. If I just had a go-to oracle, this is going to be it right now for me, the Fairy Wisdom. The other one that we had is a Compendium of Witches Oracle. Now, this was a Kickstarter. It is sort of unusual because it does have white cards and green cards, but they do mix together. They are the same size, so you can't shuffle them together. Spoiler alert, obviously you can sort of see from the side a little bit which card it is, but from the back, they're all the same and you can't. So I think it's a nice deck. It feels great. It has just the right feel as far as the decks go, and the variation in it is kind of fun. It is kind of fun indeed. So this is the only oracle I got that I've Kickstarted that I really enjoyed. So a Compendium of Witches definitely hit a home run. So what's my favorite? If I'm on a desert island, what would I choose? It's got to be Tarot of the Divine. Obviously, we've discussed the quality of the cards. We've discussed the great images. We've discussed the fairy tales. My personal preference is towards a deeper meaning with the cards. For example, I have fairy tales to lean on. So I can get a book and I can read 7, 8 pages on the Ace of Coins fairy tale, and there's so much depth in there. In addition to the Ace of Coins meaning, now I have a fairy tale to lean on and to use for my intuition and for my readings, and a thick, good fairy tale, something that's easy to remember, something I don't have to memorize because it's a fun fairy tale, really sort of makes it a big hit. Really makes it a big hit. Overall, this is such a pleasing deck. It's fun to read, and it reads very well. I've never been disappointed with a read on this one. So if I did need to be on a desert island, I could only have one deck for 2020. The Tarot of the Divine wins. Again, it was $13. Now it's 15. Sometimes it goes higher because the stock is low, obviously. Everybody and their dog, mother, and grandfather ended up buying one. So there is that. But definitely my Desert Island deck of 2020, the Tarot of the Divine. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here so very much. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. And the rumors are true. Did you know I had a Patreon? A Patreon is where you can support me. If you like the work I do, if you like the things that you see on the channel, consider supporting me. What do you get, you ask? By the way, 51 patrons. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for all of your support. Everybody on screen is a Patreon supporter. Thank you, and thank you again. I cannot tell you how much your support means to me. I greatly appreciate that. Now, why are they there, you ask? Well, you get all the handouts from all of my projects. So if I have a handout for the collabs or the Tarot and the Seasons, the Selling Your Tarot on Kickstarter, Psychic Fair Secrets, all of the handouts, all of the cheat sheets. You get it all, including all of my books that I've written, the Tarot Oracles book, Echoes of Nature book, and the upcoming book that I have for the a Waterfall Tarot deck. In addition, you get the Fluffy Virgo Lenormand and all the Lenormand cloths are all included. But the best part, one of the best parts as well, is I teach you how to draw. So if you're interested in drawing stuff, if you're interested in getting pet portraits out the window, I teach you secrets on how to do that in like 4 to 5 hours. You can draw the animals you see on the screen. I have secrets to how to do it super quickly. I have super quick method to where everything you see on the screen was done in 4 to 5 hours. What can you do with this? You can go to your local Facebook groups and sell it. You can go on Etsy and sell pet portraits and make some pretty good cash. I mean, on Etsy, just by the way, this is 15 hours, 15 to 20 hours of information and actual instruction. I show you all of the pencils to use, how to use them, all the techniques step by step. Nice, slow manner. And again, this is only 4 hours work. I mean, you see people on Etsy doing realistic pet stuff. They're charging over $100. So, you know, if you're interested in this, if you're interested in cranking this out in like 4 hours, then definitely see my course. My actual pets look better than that. That's kind of, I mean, that was like a 3-hour job there for me. But yeah, the actual pets look better than that. I mean, look at that and compare it to that. I mean, mine look better. I mean, I'm just saying, mine look super realistic, and I only do it 4 to 5 hours. Anyway, thank you for supporting and watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, we'll see you next time.